Hagar and Ishmael sent away. The child grew and was weaned, and on the day Isaac was weaned, Abraham held a great feast. But Sarah saw that the son whom Hagar the Egyptian had borne to Abraham was mocking, and she said to Abraham, "Get rid of that slave woman and her son, for that slave woman's son will never share in the inheritance with my son Isaac." The matter distressed Abraham greatly because it concerned his son. But God said to him, "Do not be so distressed about the boy and your maidservant. Listen to whatever Sarah tells you, because it is through Isaac that your offspring will be reckoned. I will make the son of the maidservant into a nation also, because he is your offspring." Early the next morning, Abraham took some food and a skin of water and gave them to Hagar. He sent them on her he set them on her shoulders and then sent her off with the boy. She went on her way and wandered in the desert of Beersheba. Beersheba, take note. And when the water in the skin was gone, she put the boy under one of the bushes. Then she went off and sat down nearby, about a bow shot away, for she thought, "I cannot watch the boy die." And as she sat there nearby, she began to sob. God heard the boy crying, and the angel of God called to Hagar from heaven and said to her, "What is the matter, Hagar? Do not be afraid. God has heard the boy crying as he lies there. Lift the boy up and take him by the hand, for I will make him into a great nation." Then God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water. So she went and filled the skin with water and gave the boy drink. God was with the boy as he grew up. He lived in the desert and became an archer. While he was living in the desert of Paran, his mother got a wife for him from Egypt. So what we see here is that Hagar had his son. Remember, this is by the maidservant, whom Sarai at the time, before her name changed to Sarah, gave to her husband to try to have children. And then Sarai got jealous that Hagar got pregnant, and so this would be Abraham's firstborn, basically. And so he was still blessed. God was still going to grant, even though this shouldn't have happened. But it did, because everything is supposed to happen the way it's supposed to happen. But God was still with them. God still blessed Hagar and her son to make them into a nation, to make his son into a nation. And so he also remembered Hagar. Hagar thought, once again, this is the second time that the first time she ran away because of Sarai, was mistreating her. And so now she was told to go back by the angel of the Lord. So now it's probably been some years, and Ishmael was possibly, young and making fun of his little brother or something. I'm not sure, but according to Sarah, her name's now Sarah, she was stressed. She was distressed. And so she was saying Hagar the Egyptian had born to the son, whom was Ishmael, was mocking. And so she wanted to be rid of them. Could that have been a little bit of still that built up anger and jealousy? Possibly. That's one thing that us humans do. When you think about it, jealousy definitely involve anger and regret and vengeance and all of that. So it's a lot to look at. And in this case, she took her son again, because Abraham was sending them off. And she probably didn't know where to go. She probably didn't, once again, was kind of left out there. And so I believe she also believed in the Lord by this time, and at this time as well. And so, but she, she didn't know what to do. And the Lord came to her. God heard her. God heard her son crying, and he said, he asked her, why, what is the matter? And Hagar was sobbing still, and so the Lord said, don't be afraid, do not be afraid. And that's another point. When you're at a situation where I'm at a situation, where your friend's at a situation, a relative, a close family member is at a situation where they feel lost, where they feel like there's no what they ran out of options. We ran out of options. There's no place else to look for. To know and understand that there always is something, and that's the Lord. That is the Lord that we can always rely on. So man, we can't rely on, but God, we can rely on him. And this is one of the first of many reminders of having faith and relying on God. Yes, it's okay because you're a human to have emotions, to cry, to be upset, to even be angry. But you also need to have faith and rely on God, because that will definitely help. Because I hear time and time again, when people get to that point, to that breaking point, they feel lost and they feel alone. And I'm just, and even to myself, there's times where I felt just beyond my last step. But deep down inside, I knew and I know that God is with me. God is here. God is doing something that I don't know. And he has the right to choose whether or not to tell me, even. But then I'm able to come out of it and bless and praise the Lord for it. So in this case, the Lord opened Hagar's eyes to see that there was a well of water. So she gave the boy a drink. She gave her son a drink. And that's where they stayed. They stayed in the desert, and they were able to be taken care of. So it says a lot. It says a lot about our lives as well. What kind of thoughts or feelings come up reading this? Just this little portion about Hagar. It's not even little, but this portion about Hagar and Ishmael being sent away and what happened to them in the desert. Does it remind you of things that happen in your life, or friend's life, a family's, someone in your family, coworker? How does it make you feel, and what does it make you think?